Because I know you and Steph are dancers. Did Steph continue dancing after the baby, or no?
She did for a little bit. Yeah, like for our last season of Fanbase, 2016-2017, like that was our last season. Like, I forgot, he was 3-4 at that time. Mm-hmm. So that was her last kind of hurrah in dancing. She like to kind of experience something with being in a team. Yeah, with that, the way that was set up, it was like I only wanted to be in one section because I'm on stage anyways. So, and then with her, she wanted to experience more and like still like do all the dancing stuff. So what we did was I would be there until probably midnight, and I would leave to go back to her place to put Jordan to sleep. And then once rehearsal was done, she would come back to her home. I would wake up, go back to my home because we were living together.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, she was living with her mom. I was living with my mom. It was after all the crazy shit that happened. But yeah, so but because I knew fucking rehearsals were going to like 3. I'm not about to have Jordan wait with his grandma. So I would go there, go put him to sleep. Let Steph enjoy her time as a dancer because I just wanted to be on the stage one more time, and it didn't matter how long I was in one section or not. And I got to have some one-on-one hangout time, put him to sleep because most of the time at that point Jordan preferred sleeping latched on, so while being breastfed. But I figure with me he always likes sleeping on my chest. So that was the only so I just used that as a bonding moment while she had the for me I thought it was important for Steph to not feel like she was just a mom.
Yeah.
So
my god.
So for me I was like I wanted to try to so I was okay with not taking on as much because I was still getting to participate and it's something that she cared about and
yeah.
I feel like as a woman being a dancer, it's such a powerful, ability to have. And when you have a kid and you can't do that, I associated it. I did. I was like, I can't move. I don't have the strength I used to have, and that was big. And I taught children's dance, but I did not dance myself, like not in the way I used to. And it took years to get back to that. And I have a lot of videos dancing with her in the living room, but that was like my only safe space, dancing at home. I did not feel comfortable anymore. I did feel like I'm a mom now. This is what I'm supposed to do. So you kind of forget, you can do both.
Definitely.
Definitely hold on to both. So what did you do? Did you take a break?
That was me. So because of my condition, it was so uncomfortable to move and dance. So I had lost that ability of movement from after probably 4 months into the pregnancy. And then, I still tried. I tried to force myself through the pain just because I could not live without pole. I could not live without dance. But it was hard because I felt like I lost 2 years of it. And then the moment I got cleared to go back to slight exercising, I took a beginner pole class and it just I was so heartbroken because I can't do the things I used to do anymore. Yeah. I lost everything, muscle. I still have the muscle memory, but I don't have the muscles to get into everything. And I'm still on that journey of getting back into shape, and it's really hard, mostly because when we were dancing, we were on probably at most 3 teams plus the project, and then I was polling for 4 to 5 times a week because I was competing, and so I already had all that exercise and I was already in shape. But then now that my body is at a complete reset, I don't have that 5 rehearsals. I don't have Lauren's conditioning anymore. I don't have pull 4 to 5 times a week anymore. So now I have to do the correct way, which is the pelvic mobility, the shoulder mobility, the boring exercises. Yeah. But it's hard.
Yeah, the schedule, because you brought up rehearsal 3 teams, projects, and all that stuff, but the amount of adjustment
to one thing a week.
One thing a week. Like once the kid's in the picture, is like how did your schedules change? Like for me, I stepped away like from dancing completely actually once Jordan was born, and I think I was just working every day. And then I didn't get back into it. No, I take that back. Oh, because shit happened. But like the amount of rehearsals I did were as, crazy. Like as in like my college days. Like I'll be in however many projects as one. Like how did it change for you guys? Your schedules.
He was still dancing encore when she was born. He took probably 3 weeks off from dancing, and then I told him that he should still do it while Nova doesn't.
Well, he can.
Well, Nova can't move, and while Nova has to be held everywhere, because the moment she starts walking and needing for more attention, you have to start chasing her around. So I told him, I was keep dancing until she's at that age where she definitely needs to be chased around.
Yeah. And then the timing of her birth was just kind of worked out because she was born maybe 4 or 5 months before.
No, 2 months. Oh no! Yes, sorry, you're right. 4 months.
Yes, thank you. like I said, before I was so rudely interrupted. No,
we've got one set of parents who are still together, and then we got two separate. And it's just oh man, I remember the days.
No, just the way things worked out is just I was still dancing, and then COVID hit, and then it all had to stop, and it was just the timing was perfect because once we had to stop rehearsals due to the pandemic. I got to spend more time with my daughter, and it would have happened anyway. So, in that way, I was kind of forced to do it because I know when we took a step away from dance to kind of prepare ourselves, it was really difficult. Stopping going to rehearsals and things of that sort. We would find ourselves bored on Tuesdays. We normally go to rehearsals on Tuesdays, but we're home and we're just so bored. What do we do? But
yeah, that adjustment is interesting. I work still a lot. I taught a lot of classes with her from when she was just in a stroller. She was in my ballet classes. I'd actually use her and have members do their across the floors to her. So I'd have them look at her, and then she'd get to see engage. I'd sit her up and she'd see ballerinas spinning at her, and she'd just be giggling and excited as each one got up to her. And so I incorporated having a child into my work, which was my dream come true. But it definitely got to a point where she needed more from me. She needed me to hold her. She needed to be fed. And it was eating it because I was a middle school dance coach at the time for after school program. And I taught in a studio. And in the studio, these parents are paying for their kids' time. They want their kids to get everything they can out of the class. And when I'm having to keep stopping, it became, I felt guilty. Nobody asked me to stop, but I felt guilty. So I took a break. I took a step back. And maybe by the time she was 1 year old, I stopped teaching altogether. I was not dancing. And anything I did was just at home trying to keep it going. But I lost my way for years until, I got back with Emery and we started doing this.
You forced yourself into rehearsal.
Let me in! I was so desperate.
Yeah.
Future rehearsals, I'll bring Nora so she can just do their thing.
Well, sometimes when I felt like getting out of the house, we would bring Nova to Edward's rehearsals. So everyone danced around Nova. Nova's always been around dance,